will face a 24-hour-old narrative come Saturday evening. This is smart, but also reeks of desperation. The Biden administration is adopting the argument Netanyahu is preparing for the tribunals of the future. They made me do it. Biden is scheming with Netanyahu rather than drawing a line in the sand. This should be remembered. 2. Only days ago, Israel's national security advisor told hostage families that his government will not able to reach a hostage deal. He also told the Israeli public that the war will require 7 more months. That's important. I mentioned that as well. This could simply be a response for Hamas' attempt to dictate the narrative by demanding that fighting cease and as an initial condition for negotiations. Israel is indeed that hard-pressed for any kind of strategic logic. It could be related to domestic Israeli policies. As Israel's economy takes a nosedive, his former friends now seem more threatening than ever. The EU examining Israel's Israeli association. Netanyahu may be beginning to realize that broad support for the war and to genocide may not guarantee his survival. Israelis are beginning, at the edges of their collective comprehension, to grasp the new status as pariahs and rogues. Good. They've been in a fucking psychopathic, bloodlust-filled bubble for the past 8 months, thinking that they're alone in the world and for no good reason, and also because, like, the world is all anti-Semitic. This is no way to live life, okay? You cannot be normal and live your life like this. That is, by the way, unironically, the entire fucking point of BDS in the Western world. It is to create a fucking massive pressure valve that causes Israeli society to say, whoa, these places where I was like, these places where I thought like we were aligned with perfectly, that thought that we were like the most moral nation on the planet, the best liberal democracy, not only in the Middle East, but maybe all around, maybe is not being perceived that way. Why are my friends or people that I previously thought were my friends, why are they fucking behaving like this? Perhaps there's something to what they are saying. Let me investigate a little bit further. Let me re-examine. Now, will that actually cause genuine re-examination? I don't know, but it's good. They are not pleased. Remember that Israel's patented move is having our cake and eating it too. A leader under whom we face the music as a failure. Potential for slight optimism. Sometimes all you need is some respite. I've written here consistently, I don't think that Israel's hell-bent on a conscious plan to kill as many Palestinians as possible. Israel, I think, just doesn't care. What is the upside? Israelis, most of us anyway, are sheep. We will stop if stopped. We will stampede if driven. We had a 2-week ceasefire months ago. The entire country was transformed. Now we are dilapidated and decrepit, knowing and seeing nothing, waiting to be put out of our misery. It's a very funny way to bring this up. No, I get what he's saying when he says it's not about like killing all Palestinians, because the reality of the matter is if they wanted to kill all Palestinians, you know, there's not a lot of political appetite for it, but they could have focused more on killing as many Palestinians as possible instead of destroying all matter of Palestinian homes and civil society. It's about displacement, and it's about making it so that Palestinians voluntarily leave because there's nowhere to live. Are you calling them a moral army right now? Yeah, dude, totally. They're doing the most moral genocide they can. No, there's always an obvious calculation that the Israeli government has to fucking factor in. That calculation has been busted since October 7th. They want to erase Palestinian history. They want to erase Palestinian livelihood. They want to erase everything about Palestinians. But there is a number to the amount of Palestinians they can kill with one fucking quick sweep before the world goes, that's genocide. That number, as far as we understand, for all intents and purposes, is 36,000, as far as we understand it. It's torturing Palestinians. That's the overall goal, because like if they were to fucking concentration camp and Holocaust them in the same way that Jews were placed in concentration camps and killed by the millions during the Holocaust, then the rest of the world is going to go, oh, we know what that is. The problem, however, for Israel, for the Zionist project, is that there is obviously a number where like the rest of the world goes, okay, what the fuck? Some other important developments. The pro-Bibi Israel Hayom reports that after Gantz and Einzikot leave the government, it is expected that Ben-Gvir, Smotrich, Dichter, the agriculture minister, and Shikli, the diaspora minister, will join the war cabinet. This will be a sharp rightward break. Meanwhile, today's polls show Bibi rallied his base, stable at as high as 22 seats since the end of the war, while Gantz plummets 25 seats. Things are moving quickly, and Gantz's future as the prime minister isn't so sure. Great stuff. It doesn't help at all that it's done with American weapons and partially with the USD. Yes. I think what Israel doesn't understand for some weird reason, maybe because they're so fucking hopped up on genocidal ambition due to a multiple decades of hyper-Zionist propaganda and dehumanization of Palestinians, is that the more right they go, the less likely their allegiances in the West will continue as they have. Perhaps a part of the biggest reason as to why America is so aligned with Israel is because America and Israel are one-to-one. Israel is an American colony at this point. We inherited it from the English. And we have operated for the past 75 years with that in mind, the notion that Israel is a part of us in mind. Okay? Over the course of the past 76 years, America has given Israel $300 billion. And I've repeated this before, but there are more Israeli companies in the NASDAQ than there are Indian, Korean, and I believe Japanese companies combined. Okay? That's why divestment seems impossible in the eyes of so many people. Israel is a state, and not even a lame one like Wyoming, as I always say, but an important one. But if they go further and further right, as they have so far, obviously there are going to be more severe there's going to be more severe movement against Israel. And they just don't recognize it. They don't understand it because they're so goddamn hopped up on their own fucking propaganda. Do you know where Derry is? We don't have that issue here in Ireland. Shut the fuck up. Hasan is learning about Irish people. Holy fucking shit, you're so stupid. Dude, lay off the fucking sauce, okay? I'm speaking American English, which perhaps is too difficult for your Irish mind to comprehend at this very moment. If you personally understood anything I was saying, you would recognize that I am a firmly committed supporter of not only the IRA, but Ireland in general. Okay, put down the Guinness, dumb fuck, and listen to my words. You think Israel's a top 5 or top 10 U.S. state? Top 5. Easy. The only Irish I hate is Biden. I refuse to even recognize Biden's Irish roots. Let's hear from a different Irishman instead, a real Irishman.
And the pictures and the videos that come from there, and you hear the screams of people screaming as the Israeli government burned men, women and children alive. They burned them alive. And the world stands by while 15,000 children are being slaughtered, 35,000 men and women and children. And it's unbelievable, the genocide that's happening. A child with no head, and the Israeli government say it's a mistake. A mistake? I hope that Benjamin Netanyahu burns in hell the same way them children and their families burned. I hope him and his generals and the far-right government in Israel, that when their God finally brings him to the resting place, that he deserves to burn in hell. Because what is happening now, not alone is it apartheid, not alone is it atrocity and a war crime, it's just horrific. It's just horrific what they're doing. Where is their soul? Where is the soul of the Israeli people that allows their government to do this to children? Where is their humanity? The Israeli people, the Jewish people, after everything the Jewish people have suffered down over the decades, that they would allow their government to do this to other human beings. Human beings. But in the eyes of Netanyahu and this far-right Israeli government, Palestinians are human beings. But today here, the Irish people say, we recognize Palestine. We recognize that they are human beings, just like every one of us. Shame on Israel. Shame on what they've done, and will never be forgotten.
It's great. Ynet confirms that the deal that Biden revealed is indeed an Israeli one from start to finish. Biden's speech yesterday, Friday, revealed the Israeli offer that had been passed to Hamas. Biden emphasized that the deal also includes a cessation of the war, despite denials published in Israel, among other things, for political reasons, and also includes negotiations while not under fire. Because remember, the Israeli proposal was denied by Hamas recently, 2 days prior to this, because I suspected it did not have a cessation of the war featured in it, which Biden took and then added. And now Israel has a unique situation. Israel finds itself in a unique situation. Bro, this is the funniest. Why are you promoting the IRA? You're the dumb fuck. Oh, this guy sucks. Wait, what? My country, Ireland, recognized Palestine as a sovereign state. I couldn't be prouder of my nation. Why are you promoting the IRA? You're the dumb fuck. Oh, gross. I'm banning you. He's a weird Irish lib. Yeah. Pick a struggle, man. Anyway. The Israeli offer definitely did not include a cessation of the war. Bibi was even imposing sustained quiet if it meant ending the war. He kept telling the team, you don't know how to negotiate, and rejected everything out of hand. Why is the president of the United States announcing the Israeli proposal to end the war as opposed to the prime minister of Israel announcing the Israeli proposal? Because it's not an Israeli proposal. It hasn't been approved by Netanyahu or the war cabinet, but Biden can't call it a Hamas, CIA, Qatari negotiated proposal because this looks bad, and it can't ever look like Israel's the one blocking an end to the war, so he's just vibing. Vibes. If Biden's speech was describing an Israeli proposal, then someone should tell the Israelis that, because they seem at best unsure of this. Yep. He can seem to think all he wants. There's no reports of Netanyahu doing so, and no one argues the war cabinet has. Yeah, I don't think that Netanyahu approved a cessation of the hostilities and a direct, literally direct rip. Like this phase 3 plan with 3 different phases with timelines set was offered in motherfucking February. Okay? But a version of this, especially with a ceasefire and a permanent cessation of hostilities, has been offered by Hamas since October 9. So, like, this literally is, like, unless there's something going on in this proposal that I just, like, have not understood, unless there's something here that, like, secretly actually means, like, a surge in humanitarian aid actually means a surge on Palestinian lives or something, like, unless the fine print of this proposal is the exact opposite of what the proposal's broader lines are, this is verbatim identical to what Hamas has presented. And I don't know how you can propose something that is the exact opposite when you say a complete ceasefire as the first line on phase 1 and a permanent end to hostilities. And then the fine print is like, just kidding, actually, keep fucking killing, baby. Like, this is harder than Drake stole XXXTentacion's flow, tone, and bars verbatim. This is like the new Drake leak that just came out, the reference track. Turns out Mob Ties is a direct rip. Okay? It should be like that for you. You look at this and you're like, oh my God, Mob Ties was someone else's song? Drake just stole it? That's crazy. Anyway. I heard rumors of the proposal's forces withdraw. Doesn't mean a complete withdrawal, but there will be a buffer zone. Damn, you know that? Goated? Yes. No, it's more like Meet the Grams. Oh, meanwhile, I forgot. But we are inviting the fucking war criminal, Benjamin Netanyahu, that piece of shit, to the United States of America to address Congress once again. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful?